Well, again, I'm Daryl Green, and I want to thank y'all for coming today. Anybody have any anxiety about taking the exam? Anybody willing to raise two hands? Two hands, one leg? Okay, well, I want you to know it's appropriate to have anxiety about an important exam because that's what this is. So, in fact, the research shows that you will both prepare more effectively and you will test more effectively with a moderate level of anxiety. That's what the research shows. Now, what I want you to do is pay attention to your level of anxiety. And if you have high test anxiety, I want to ask you to consider going to a counselor or therapist. Go to someone who I prefer in this case behavioral modification. Go get some help with it because stress, that kind of high test anxiety, affects your preparation, not just going to the test site. Okay, so it's both and. All right, so it's okay to have that kind of anxiety. It's a good thing that you're taking care of yourself today by coming and grabbing some information about test taking and just the overall testing experience. Let's look at the yellow sheet there at your table. I just want to give you a sense of where we're headed today. At the bottom there's the workshop schedule. And of course we've already registered and we're going to take several breaks, but we're going to cover some very important handouts first thing this morning. The critical test data handout. We're going to talk about the recommended study plan, and we're also going to cover essential information. Now, I want you to hear this as best you can, is that in my opinion, those three handouts are the most important information I can share with you today. Okay? They are that important because knowing how to take a test is just as important as knowing the material, in our opinion. Okay? So we're going to cover those in that kind of order, and what I would ask you to do is, again, as we get into the handouts, ask your questions, and let's head into the first handout, which is the critical test data. I've got these counted off in pairs, so if you'll pass these to your partner, it'll make it easy. Tell you what, let's do one other handout too, I forgot. I want to talk about the number of questions in each section, so I'll give you this blue sheet as well. What this sheet does, it shows you the areas, the KCREP areas, and it also tells you the number of questions that come from each area. So you can set that at your table there and sort of see where we're going. I'll try to remember to tell you how many questions are in the sections, but sometimes I forget to do that. Also, this tells you how the IPGA chapters match or fall under those KCREP areas. Okay, so for instance, if you look at number 4, section 4, helping relationships, that's worth 36 questions. And in our chapter, that's chapter 5, counseling theories, methods, and techniques, family therapy, and consultation. And that's based on MBCC and KCREP information off of web pages. But it's our best guess at it, okay? They don't tell us, they didn't call us up and tell us, oh, by the way, you need to move your section, okay?